All right, welcome to the Good Rookie Show. My name's Fahim.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all, and we are good
That's
rookies.
right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday. And guess what? It's the Good Rookie
Yep,
Show.
yep.
Yep. What's going on, y'all? As you know, we're your hosts coming to you from Toronto, Canada, the sixth. And listen, y'all, we have a special guest, Pondy Plays. If you don't know, where have you been? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He's a returning guest. Fahim, please introduce who we got.
Yeah, when you say returning guest, I think this might be the most any guest has been with us.
Is
I
that is
think he's,
that is that
I think
fact?
it's a four. It's a fourth piece.
I think
Hold
this
on,
is the
Is
he's
fourth
it
stepping up.
three?
time.
He's
Is it
LeBron. He's
four?
a LeBron ring. Okay, four times. Okay,
Wow.
number four.
So anyone who's been with us through the journey, they're well aware of our guest. Anyone new to the pod, you get caught up real quick. Let's welcome Andrew Miller to the podcast today.
Andrew, Andrew,
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me.
Andrew.
Always a blessing to see you guys. You guys are always cooking up something. So I'm happy to be a part of the magic that you guys are doing.
Oh man.
Nice.
Speaking of magic, Fahim, who's our first topic today? Speaking of magic.
Oh, first one. So last time, Andrew, when you were with us, we discussed it was a time when uh was it Nike had dropped
Kyrie and
Kyrie?
Ja.
Yes.
We
There's a
talked
lot
about
of.
Zion sneakers and
Right, right.
I'm glad when you guys hit me about sneaker topics too. I appreciate you guys recognize the brand.
We got to be on brand here.
Always. So Kyrie Irving is now with ANTA Sports, and he's got a shoe deal with ANTA, and apparently he's a CFO. So they gave him some kind of management position within the organization. Wow.
Well,
Um,
actually, Fahim, his
mhm.
actual title, he's a creative officer. He's a CC. I
Creative
think it's called a CCO, right? Yeah. So he's the chief creative officer. Yeah.
Chief Creative Officer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. Um, Andrew, weigh in.
Well, here's my issue, and I've talked this to a few people that have, the shoes have come out. We've sent those around to the sneaker groups. Uh, the issue with Anta is always been getting the shoe here in North America. Now, if you're gonna have a shoe that people are going to want, you want to be able to make it accessible and not take a long time to get delivered. If you can even access it, if the website is not even in what I mean, there's a whole other thing. So I'm hoping that Anta has a way around this, that there's going to see stores or have some sort of distribution for the shoe, maybe a deal with a Foot Locker or something. But I don't know. You people are going to want the shoe. Where are they going to? Where's the shoe going to be at? Where?
Well,
Hmm.
Because I don't see no man's wearing no Antas. Now,
No.
so
players play.
Andrew, I'll answer that question for you right now. So apparently, the partnership that he had, like you mentioned, is going to be focused on to establish a partnership and is focusing on youth camps in the U.S. and China. So his target audience ain't going to be you or me or Fahim, going to be youth camps, and essentially, quote unquote, he said, "I will push our teams domestically." And internationally to unite like minded trailblazers who have the vision to create and build their craft to transcend the footwear apparel industry for generations to come. And then he mentioned on Twitter that this is truly a full circle moment that I will not take for granted nor underappreciate given the many obstacles it took to get here. This partnership is for all of those who want change in the world. Join me in the journey. This is bigger than basketball. Or sorry, he said this is hashtag bigger than a shoe deal. So from what I'm seeing here, is going to be focused on youth camps that he's going to be creating in China and the US. And Andrew, to your point, we know China basketball is big out there, right? And so if he's going to be joining camps, and like you said, probably I'm thinking if I'm him, have a bulk order come to the States and focus on the youth, give the youth the shoes, get the market. Because remember, like when these kids grow up, that's how you create, like, like Nike does it, Under Armour does it. So now that you know that it's going to be focusing on the youth camps and youth apparel, to help, of course, sell the shoe. But I think they're probably going to have some retail, Andrew, but I think the focus will be basketball apparel and youth branding. So
Well,
now
Kyrie's
understanding that, Andrew, what's your thoughts on that?
Kyrie's out in Dallas, so there's got to be some sort of store that
Yep.
him is gonna they're gonna be some sort of store for that sort of for people in Dallas. I hope I got a friend out there send me a size if you have the big sizes out there. You know what I mean? So it's a whole other thing. But hey, salute to Kyrie. Everyone in China is going to be wearing his shoe. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll be able to have all the ale colorways and everything ready accessible out there. Maybe we got to maybe that's the new sneaker destination there. You got to go travel to get those Kyries, and then you maybe you bring them back and figure it out that way. But hey, we'll see. The shoe looks
Yeah.
good. Listen, there's some great shoes that I've seen from these Asian brands, the Leanings and even Antas and so there's some stuff out there. So with Jimmy's shoe, I love.
To ask
So
you about Clay Thompson's shoe. Do you like I know Clay
Clay's,
has a shoe, Gordon Hayward. There are guys that are at ANTA as well.
I've seen Clay's shoe. It's a skip for me personally. Personally, it's a no for me, dog. You know what I mean? But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I mean, I'm also listen. Everyone has their own personal preference when it comes to design and styles like that. Is it more about performance? Because I think that's something that Kyrie definitely needs to be focusing on, not style and look. So the shoe definitely has to perform at a certain level for Kyrie's sort of type of gameplay.
So for basketball shoes, any idea of where ANTA places? You have your Nikes, your Adidas's.
There's definitely. I haven't worn an ANTA, you know what I mean. So
right.
I can't speak on.
But just take a guess, like what the company, how well do you think they do?
Bottom of the list, Raheem. Come on, man. They're not
top five. Man. Listen, I'm not trying to kill ANTA here, Raheem. You know what I mean?
Fahim's like, where are they ranked? Fahim,
I know.
They have 3 NBA players now.
I think they also are very good in like racket sport markets as well out there.
Didn't know that.
Like, you know what I mean? It all depends, but.
So based on like what we're seeing here, the top 10 brands, and I think again, 1 Nike, Adidas, Puma 3, Lululemon 4, Under Armour 5, Jordan Brand, which is 6, which is under Nike, 7 New Balance, 8 Reebok, 9 Columbia, and 10 Asics. So those are top 10 brands, and they're all from 3.3 billion, number 10, up to 49.1 billion for Nike. So what do y'all think ANTA has to do to crack the top 10 in the next decade? It took a while, but do you think they can crack the top 10 of those brands, guys, that were mentioned? And if you do think so, do you think Kyrie, like how do they do that, to your point, Andrew?
Well, they're definitely going to have to ramp up production of the shoes in whatever factories they have them cooking out there, and then obviously have the distribution to get them to North America so that people can have access to them, and hopefully there's a plethora of sizes, as well. Having Kyrie rep them, great job, Kyrie. I mean, shedding light on this company, but I'm sure if you ask Clay, have you seen anyone wearing Clays? I ain't seen them. I ain't seen, what I mean? So hopefully I'll be able to get your hands and physically have them in the store somewhere. But for right now, I don't know when or what's the timeline on that one, but Kyrie got the bag though. I'm sure they paid how much. Is the numbers discussed on how much how much money he's actually getting?
But like you said, I'm sure he's probably making money off profit. He's a CCO.
Yeah.
So typically any C-suite people, they're getting stocks in any company, right? They get profit share. He gets to also, so I think it's where he wants to be. I've always said wherever he goes to next, he's gonna want to be like upper level, right? We know Curry, he's executive lead for his company for his Curry brand under Armour. I think it's a great retirement plan for him where he gets to be creative and also still, like he said, he wants to give back to basketball and make basketball the priority and have a culture around ANTA, which I think he can create because he has a cult following, right? He's also planning on wearing his shoes during Dallas games. And like you said, if he plays like how he plays, what kid is not going to want those shoes?
I've seen images of him online with lots of different colorways of the shoes available. So I think that's a good sign in terms of what they've kind of, maybe they could just be samples. I'm not sure, but I like the hype that they are building around this. And Kyrie, he went crazy wearing them in the Drew League as well. So people, in Cali, seeing him cook a man in those ANTAs, or what I mean. So it's definitely, he's doing his job right now in terms of building and shedding light on the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Do the shoe? Do y'all like the shoes? Have y'all have a taken look at the shoe? What y'all think right now?
So I
I
did
think it's
see
the
when he wore the
Shockwave.
jewelry. I thought they looked nice. The color,
Yeah.
I like I'm not like a connoisseur like you, so I'm all about like this look
Yeah.
pretty. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I think they look nice. Like for me with shoes, I have to put them on and see what they look like. But I'm not a big sneaker girl. Like I was telling Fahim, this year was my first time buying a Jordan.
Okay.
Jordans? Yeah, to call first time
I
buying
see
Jordans was this
Nelly. I
year.
see Nelly J courtside, Scarborough Shooting Stars. Feet
No,
on the
but
Jordan.
I'm not wearing Jordans courtside. But my first time, I bought Jordans for the first time only because the new president of the Jordan brand is a black woman. So I actually bought Jordans for the first time, and I have them, and I haven't worn them yet. The wear them will come out, but yeah, like I'm not really heavy sneaker, right? Like that's why I go to people like you, Andrew, like you. This is like your bag. You know what I'm saying? This is your bag. You and Fahim you both are sneakerheads, so I turn to the experts on this stuff.
I wouldn't say I'm a sneakerhead. I just like
Fahim, like
sneakers.
you're big though. Like when Kyrie had his first, even with Yeezy, you were on the Yeezys
I
from
love
time,
Yeezys.
Fahim, before I even
I
knew
love
about the
Yeezys.
Yeezys.
Yeah. True.
You were
back
like
in
you
back
kind
in
of
stores too.
yeah, Fahim's pretty much on it, but they look good though. Like I think Kyrie has good taste in when it comes to sneakers. But yeah, like the shoes from what I saw in pictures, they look nice. I don't have anything else to say, but I think they look really interesting. Kind of like a Black Panther or something like to me.
Yeah,
Type
the
theme.
triple blacks and yeah, he's wearing. I
Yeah.
think it's called the Shockwave right now. I'm not sure. If he's gonna have a different model when his shoe is actually out there. So, it's good that he's also just building brand awareness, wearing the shoes.
Yeah, and you're mentioning about brand awareness. ANTA has let's see, these are people endorsing it right now. Alex Caruso, Kevon Looney, as we mentioned, Clay, Gordon Hayward, uh, Kevin Garnett was in 2010. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are names other than Garnett. I'm surprised that Garnett was, and I haven't heard of ANTA,
Yeah.
So, I mean, with the Kyrie, speaking what you were saying about earlier about distribution, I'm pretty sure Kyrie's aware of their failure to make a wedge over here on this side. So I'm pretty sure Kyrie's going to find a way to make it more accessible, build the brand, especially him playing with Luka. This is going to be a big year, especially getting dropped by Nike, coming back with ANTA. I have a feeling they might have something up their sleeve marketing wise to kind of put ANTA on the map.
Agreed.
Well, I think I will say this: Kyrie's got to play, and Kyrie's got to continue to cook and make those shoes hot. So I think that's something that they're hopefully buying into as well when it comes to like seeing the shoe and seeing him, hoop in them. So, Kyrie, you're playing, bro. Let's see.
You better play.
All right, it's about that time. Nelly J, let's go for the culture.
For the culture, we like to highlight individuals for the culture. And today, we get to highlight the one and only at those Miller boys, Andrew Miller. Okay. So Andrew Miller, for those who don't know, he's a community creator, a leader, a host. As you can tell, a sneaker enthusiast. This man knows about tech, knows about cars, knows about man. Like if y'all don't listen, when you're following Andrew on Instagram, you feel like, wow, do I have a life? Man Pond Road, okay? He's always on doing something. You're hosting the Global Jam. I saw you out there doing your thing. You're also doing things now, and also with One More Wear, which is actually your charity that you founded with your brother. You guys have your annual event, right? Back to school supply drive. Guys, it's a car show and it's taking place August 26th. Happening, of course, in Scarborough. Big up to Scarborough. And it's a community event. So it's free. Great day with family and friends. And it's their 10th year doing it, y'all.
10 years,
so
man.
pretty
10
big.
years. 10
year time. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Huge. If you want a backpack and a free haircut or a braid up, all you gotta do is just register. That's it. Easy thing. You know what I'm saying? Plus it's Carabana. Listen, back to school, August 26th, school done next week. Like, who want a free braid up? So if
You
we,
can sweat
so
out. You can sweat out your braid up this week. Have a hair.
thank
Breathe for a
you.
week or two. Come see us for back to school. Get you straight and fix ready for the school year, man. Come on now.
And this is why you're back, and this is why for the culture, because I think all the things you do are so intentional. Everything that you're involved with, Andrew, is always something that's for the community, and you're always making sure, like you're creating a safe space for visible minorities, those of African descent and Caribbean descent, because I have to be very careful. BIPOC is nice, but I think
No, black.
sometimes
It's black.
the
Try to do something
BIPOC
with black
kind of
people
dry.
sometimes, man.
Yeah, the whole BIPOC can drown Black people from a lot of initiatives that we don't really get. So I love that you're always pushing yourself. And Andrew, whenever you do something, Andrew, you're always yourself. Like you're never watering down or trying to like fit in a space that's safe. You're always like, yo, I'm Andrew Miller. It's who I am. So Andrew, walk us through your past year, Global Jam, all the places you've been hosting the past year. But of course, talk about your drive coming up end of August. You got it.
Yeah, no, we've been. I've been. I want to say I've been hot, but I feel like I've always been warm. You know what I mean? But uh, I feel like I'm kind of. I found my rhythm more as of recently. I've been doing a lot of great events. Thank goodness for the people that have looked out and have plugged me into events and given me opportunities to to have a voice. Uh, it's been rough. But it's been rewarding along the way as well. So it's funny. I was just reflecting with a friend today. I had an audition for something and I didn't feel it went that great. And sometimes like you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, like you're so critical on yourself sometimes, but hopefully that everything works out for the best. But no, we've been cooking up. I feel it's my season. You know,
Winning.
I don't want to.
Let's
I don't want
go.
to. I don't want to. Because I know I didn't do my best today, so it's kind of like you try. You always try. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it as well. So yeah, you always got to try, guys. So I think with me, it's like it's our 10th year doing it. We've always done it, and even I got more media attention. People hit me and they we'd like to cover this or and that's a blessing in itself too because like people didn't want to talk about what we were doing before. People didn't want to come to Scarborough. I've been doing this event for 10 years. No one cared. You even look at the likes. That's another joke. You look at the likes of the post versus like the car
Mm-hmm.
stuff or the sneaker stuff or the food stuff. You know what I mean? But when you do good, people just seem to kind of look the other way. So I'm like, I don't know why that's the case, but we really are trying to help people that need it, you know what I mean? And everyone needs it, let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always
So
tough.
So walk us through like what made you want to start One More Wear? Like was it like a situation? Was it like what kind of created the urge to like I gotta do a back to school drive?
Well, at the time, my brother was a social worker, and I was a writer, and we kind of merged the energies to kind of create this sort of opportunity to give back. And we came from Jamaican parents who took our stuff and shipped it back to Jamaica when we got used to kind of not being too attached to this that was a bit realistic. So long story short, we ended up creating this opportunity to give back here in Canada, in Toronto and Scarborough specifically. And we've been doing it for 10 years, and it's been a struggle, but it's been so rewarding. We
Mm-hmm.
really do it for the streets, man. You know what I mean? And we've been grateful to have great partners in the past, and we're looking forward to have more partners in the future. So, like, if anyone knows anyone that wants to connect with two charming young Black men from Scarborough that want to give back and support growth in their community, we're doing it this year at the in Galloway. You know what I mean? Right in
Big
the
up,
middle
Bad
there
Galloway.
at
Mm-hmm.
a in a community hub where in that community they do these sort of things where they have resume building and job postings and have access to internet and computers. So I'm going to be sending out. I've been sending out emails. I'm going to send out a bit more leading up to try to get a few more people tapped in with the initiative that we're doing. But we're looking for partners and brands and people that want to give back, that if you see the value of giving back and supporting people that need it. I've been very fortunate myself. I should say I'm very fortunate myself to reap the benefits of having partnerships with, or not partnerships, but people have been blessed with like Apple and Adidas, people in these shoes and everything. You know what I mean? So I just want to try to give back and spread the blessings up to those that need it. To be truthful, I have plenty of shoes, guys. I don't need any more shoes. As much as I yeah, maybe I complain about the big size, but I don't need give the shoes to the kids that need the shoes. You know what I mean? So let's try to get these kids these shoes, man, to get back to school, help a few parents out, and be better people in the process, and inspire the next generation too. Because I used to go to fly events when I was a young man. I ain't seen too many fly events anymore. So it's like, let's have a fly event where we could play a little basketball, play a little music, have a little fun, and you leave fresh. What? There's cars there.
Yeah.
What are you
Exactly.
The event is so hard, guys. I don't know why people sleep on the crazy stuff we've been doing for years, but I think that maybe now they're waking up a little bit. But we've been doing some amazing stuff, guys, with the cars. And even like my brother's car now is like, we just came back from Rick Ross's car show in Atlanta, Georgia, the Promised Land.
How was that like?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Life changing, and we're going to be doing a lot more stuff with cars, and I can speak about what we're going to be at Future Fest with Trent Hunter coming up in September.
Nice.
I can let that cat out of the bag now, but like we're doing so many amazing things, and it's like, if you want to connect, guys, let us know. Have I been saying this stuff for years?
Well, what's funny, right?
I say the same stuff.
No, but I don't think so, because I feel like we know about the drive, but I think you were doing other things, but we never really had an episode where we talked about the drive. I think we always had an episode after the drive or like around the holidays.
The drive is
so I have a question about the drive. It's one more where. Break down to the folks listening the name of the concept of the charity, because I don't think they understand that as well.
So it's like, hand-me-downs. We used to pack up these barrels and send them off to Jamaica. And I don't know if you guys know about the barrel culture in the West Indies.
Of course.
I don't want to say it's Jamaica, but like when we send
all over the world, they do it.
All over the world. Hey, you gotta look out for your family and your people when they leave. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that you really love people. I don't know. I think it's a sign of love, because my dad packed some barrels. There's fire in those barrels, man. So that's just, anyways, essentially giving these clothing items or these items one more wear. That's what essentially the basis of how we started the organization, just giving these secondhand items. And there's some great stuff. And we've done bow tie initiatives where we made bow ties out of these textures of jackets and fabrics and pants that were just we should revisit that, but we're so busy with other things. But that's a brilliant idea, and those bow ties I'm still seeing them floating around at events and galas, which make my heart happy as well, that people are still wearing those items and giving those items one more wear as well. But yeah, no, we started off doing clothing or gently used clothing, and now we've been very blessed to have partnerships and opportunities where people have given us new items as well. So we're just trying to keep the wave going. It's been a blessing for 10 years. We're trying to keep blessing more people. So yeah, it's been my brother is the heart of the I always say my brother's the heart of the organization. I'm just trying to amplify it, and with my little following on social medias. If you're not following, give me a follow. You don't have to follow, as long as you support these initiatives and support the people that need it the most. Spread the flyer around. It's not about me. If you register, if you need the support, if you need the help, if you need a back to school item, please register. Hopefully we'll be able to help you out and get something. And if you want to donate, please, by all means, send us a DM. We'll get in contact with you, pull up to the event, drop off a backpack. You know what I mean? I can tell people people always ask me what to bring. I don't listen, bring what you want, but bring your heart, bring your opportunity. Let's find a way to help each other out.
You love having Andrew on. And he's definitely for the culture. Everything he does is for the culture. Where he goes, the culture goes. So we appreciate Andrew. Most definitely.
Appreciate y'all.
So let's close this out with our last segment. That's absurd.
That's absurd. What was absurd this week? What was absurd?
A BBC reporter during the Women's World Cup, asked the Moroccan captain during a press conference if any of her teammates identify as lesbians.
Hold up.
Absurd.
Absurd. Fahim, there's no way out of his mouth. Like, they just ask, like, so, okay. Have you guys seen the viral video of the Nigerian news anchor that said, "Why are you gay? Like, why are you gay?" Have you watched
Yeah,
that before? Have you watched
that.
it before? Okay. So this but at least the person he was speaking with, like, it was like, when he asked a question, it wasn't like any malice. You can tell he was actually just wondering, like, why are you gay, kind of thing, out of just not knowing. But this is like the World Cup. You are a reporter for guys, BBC. This is a global, one of the biggest news outlets globally. And he asked this girl, "Are like who's gay?" Hold up, Sophie. Did he ask if she was gay, or was she asking, "Is the team full of lesbians?" Like, what did he ask specifically? Just I
Yeah,
need to know.
he had asked the team captain if there are any gay players on the team. Uh, that was his question. But the reason why this is, I think, even double absurd is same-sex relations are illegal in Morocco.
They're legal or illegal? What do you
So
mean?
illegal,
Oh,
Oh,
illegal.
he's trying to get him caught up.
Right, right.
hold on. And Fahim, I got the actual quote that he said. This is his
Okay.
actual sentence, okay? And his
Mm.
name, he asked to ask Shabak ahead of her game against Germany. He said, in Morocco, it is illegal to have a gay relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Do you have any gay players in your squad? And what's life like? And what's life like for them in Morocco? Wow. He's trying to set it up. Absurd.
Absurd. He's a
Andrew, what? Oh, guys, wait for you.
no, Andrew.
Snitching ass, snitchy, trying to, leak that in the media. I was actually trying to make a BBC joke, actually. I said, maybe now is not the time to be laughing about BBC. But anyway, very, very, very absurd topic. I think we'd ask that, try to, get someone caught up in that sort of situation. Listen, love who you want to love. That's the only message that I could kind of see of this. And if that's going to get you in a situation, maybe not travel to Morocco this time.
And what's crazy, right, about this question? When the official that was moderating the press conference intervened, saying, sorry, this is a very political question, so we'll just stick to questions relating to football. This journalist pressed on, y'all. Yes, he did. And he
What?
said, quote unquote, it is not political. It is about people. Please allow her to answer. What? Yo, listen, man. Listen, guys. Like, this is
And,
maddening because
and
you
you
know
got
it's illegal and you're literally trying to get this girl caught up or snitch on her teammates.
has nothing to do with soccer.
Nothing.
Nothing to do with soccer. And I think that should be, I mean, it's, and here's the thing. Some of these media people are definitely fishing for other stories to kind of get people in situations. And I think there's a fine line between, having maybe playful banter versus trying to get people, caught up into situations like, oh, so what were you doing last night at 12 o'clock? And when you anyway, so it's a tough game to play, but salute to these professional athletes for keeping it professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, big up to the player, Shabak, who actually kept her composure. I felt that, if it was me, I would have been like, yo, what is your problem? You know what I'm saying? I actually wanted to try to find who the reporter, what his name is. BBC is not sharing the reporter's name, but they did apologize afterwards, saying that, yeah, my bad, like that wasn't cool. But I just think it's inappropriate altogether, you know what I'm saying, to ask someone at a football press conference. Is different if she's going to a show, right? And the topic is that, so she's prepared for that. But this is a football press conference. Hello?
I'm trying to think what scenario would that question even be acceptable. Maybe if you're on like a red carpet with your partner or something. But even then, you know
No,
what I mean?
that's not a question you asked, but I'm saying like if you're going on like a news anchor show and the topic is about you're promoting like in gay rights and talking about what's happening anti against them, like you know what I'm saying. So there's topics where, because for example, on the news show, on the Nigerian show, she actually went on the show. I'm sorry that they went on the show to talk about gay rights and to educate the folks in our country about those individuals, right? So she went on the show knowing that question will be asked to her, whereas I'm a football player, I'm a captain, I'm coming on here because I have to freaking answer questions, and you're not pushing, not pushing, but you're kind of bullying and kind of forcing me to snitch on my teammates, knowing by you saying it's illegal to be gay here, who's gay on the team. That is so just that to me is how he worded it, Andrew, and just like it's just disgusting. Even the Nigerian anchor, he was wrong too, even though but because I think it was just like she went on there to talk about those rights and talk about herself and how they feel. That's different. But even still, you have to be very careful, to your point, Andrew, on how you address and ask questions. So if you don't know certain things about the community, the way to ask it, you can look up things, you can ask friends who are from the community, and make sure you do your homework. You're a reporter for BBC. So he knew what he was doing. This guy was not like he's a reporter. He knew what he was trying to get out of her. Yeah. And I feel like he wanted her to kind of act out, lash, get upset, do something, but she didn't. But it's just disgusting that, at a World Cup, you're trying to like have the girl snitch on her teammates. That's just nasty work. Absurd.
Yeah, some media definitely do not belong in these press conferences or these scrums as well. So I don't want to be saying, but like it's even Guillermo, that he pops up and does all that stuff for you know what I mean
yeah.
You know what I mean, like the comedies. I'm like come on, man. Like I don't know. It's I know some people who don't care about the sports are kind of finding the silver lining in that type of media, but like I don't know. Keep it about the sport. I think that's
Thank you.
You know what I mean, to some degree,
And like I do want to big up a CBC sports journalist, Shireen Ahmed. He was actually at the press conference. So he was there for the entire thing, and he made like the best statement. He said, if reporting harms someone, it's not only unethical but dangerous.
Facts.
Big up to Ahmed for that statement. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. All right. So it's about that time. Let's put this episode in the books.
Woohoo! As y'all know, good rookie show, y'all. Andrew, when you come on here, I feel like time flies. It is crazy. But Andrew, it's a time for us to do shout outs. So Andrew, the floor is yours.
Man, shout out to Reebok Canada for inviting me to a wonderful event I went to. It was super fun to be part of that. McIntyre Communications as well. Shout out to all the people that'll be partaking in Caravana this weekend as well. There's a lot of wonderful events. It's also Emancipation Day. A year ago today, I actually, hosted an event with Foot Locker Canada connected to emancipation. I saw that Adidas Canada had a whole emancipation event as well. I saw one horrible emancipation event that I will even not address, but it did not seem reflective of the people. I know that we're supposed to be, letting everyone into our culture, but like, if I look at an emancipation event and it's filled with white people, I'm just saying that's not the emancipation event that it should be at. And they had watermelon pops, like watermelon ice cream, or watermelon.
Okay, what event is this? Because that could be an absurd topic.
Okay. All right, I'll
message me the event.
I'll send you.
Call them out.
But like,
that's
anyway,
wild.
A lot of wonderful people doing great stuff. I saw some beautiful imagery connected to the Nike Air Force One West Indies that is dropping this weekend as well. I believe my people at Adidas are having an event this week as well. I'm going to tap in and see what's going on. But great to see all these stories being told connected to footwear and diversity in Black people. You know what I mean? It's our culture, it's our community. This is, you know what I mean? So it's great to see everyone getting money or getting a little check. Shout out to the food vendors that are charging way too much for the jerk chicken plate. But hey, brother, get your money. You know what I mean? We all got to eat out here. But yeah, Wonderful stuff all throughout the August. We're trying to stay hot all August long. I'll heat up in September. We're trying. Listen, the year is half over. We got to stay hot. We're still cooking up a lot of other plates to get off, a lot of more visions to do. So I wish everyone peace, love, and blessings, and hopefully, more wins along the way.
That's dope. Love your shout out. My shout out is pretty simple. Shout out is to Andrew Miller, Those Miller Boys, at Those Miller Boys, at One More Wear, one number more wear. All the things you're doing. Happy Emancipation Day as well. I also want to give a shout out to Scotty Barnes, or Scott Barnes as his new Twitter name. It's his birthday today.
You switching it
Happy
up?
birthday, Scott Barnes. I don't know if I'm going to do that, Scotty. Probably not, but I will say at Scott Barnes, happy birthday to you. We also signed 3 new players on the Raptors. Not sure they're getting any playing time, but I'm looking them up, seeing what's going on. But just positive vibes. Caravana is here. You know your girl's a Trini gal, so hopefully I see you some of y'all out. If I don't, have a safe, long weekend. This is coming out at the Caravana, so I hope y'all are home and safe from that weekend. But no, big up to you, Andrew, and everything you're doing. That's great for the culture. Love having you on. And again, number 4 rings like LeBron, your homie. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
My guy.
Is Scott Barnes? I didn't know he's dropping the Scotty.
Yeah.
What is it? What's his new one real quick? What is it? Is it 2 T's?
2 T's, yeah.
Scott Barnes?
Barnes, yep. He's
So-
all grown up now, y'all.
No more.
all grown
Big
up.
Scott.
I didn't know. Okay. So shout out to Scott Barnes. Shout out to Andrew Miller, as always, coming through, helping with the content. Also, everything that you have going on with One More Wear. And I just, like I said, this is your 4th time here. But we're gradually, it's great to see the growth of your movement. Like even doing something as Global Jam. We didn't really get into that too much, but that was a very good big platform, I feel, for you. And much more definitely to come is unfolding.
Man, trying to get these shots up, brother. So hopefully a couple of them land. If not, we're gonna keep pushing either way, man. Listen, if I take a few L's, I'm gonna get a few dubs in the process too. So keep getting them shots up, guys.
Right. All right. So yeah, shout out to Andrew. LDJ, let's put this episode in the books.
All right, y'all. That was a good rookie show. If you had a good time and you enjoyed yourself, please like and subscribe. And tell a friend.
We're on all platforms if you're looking for us. You know what it is. Andrew, we appreciate you, man. It's a good rookie show. And we out. Peace.